Hi, I'm Liz.
And we are two grateful stitchers. Good
Welcome.
morning.
Good morning. Welcome to our third Flosstube. We had mentioned these glasses in our two previous videos, and I'll let Laura explain what they are.
Yeah, so I know we look a little silly today starting out our video, but we thought it would be a great way to start the video. These glasses are made by a company called Craft Optics, and they are located out of Madison, Wisconsin. Their website, if you're interested, is www.craftoptics.com. And what they do is they can take your prescription and actually design these glasses for you. And they fit your prescription perfectly. Now, I do not have a prescription myself. My distance vision is fine. I just need to have readers now that I'm in my 50s. Yes, I said it. My late 50s. So the bottom portion of my glasses here, I think, is a plus 2.25. And I know as my prescription changes, I can send these glasses back to them and they will upgrade it. And the cost is minimal compared to the initial cost, the initial investment. And when you go to their website, you may find that the initial investment is large. However, you can use your HSAs to pay for these glasses.
Or FSA.
Or an FSA as well.
That's what I did, yeah.
And that's why we did this. And the company actually is the people who let us know that we could use our HSAs and our FSAs. Very wonderful company to work with. On the phone, online, answer questions. They're wonderful. And then, so Liz has hers. She's got a prescription. Yep. But on top of that, you've got the magnifiers. And they come down, and when you're holding your work, oh my word, it is awesome.
It really is.
You can see those 40 counts, the 46 counts, the 50 counts.
Okay,
so
I've only tried 40 counts.
I know. I tried the 46. It works. So for those people that are hesitant on working on some of those tinier counts, this might be an option.
Especially if you've struggled with it. I really struggled with my prescription, and I've tried every magnifier, every light. I've tried really hard to look through a magnifier while I'm holding it, and it hurts my shoulders. And you know, it's everybody has to find their sweet spot for what works for them for stitching. And my eye doctor in town here did say, "Oh, I can make you a pair of glasses. You'll be able," and I know they can do that, but they don't have this on them. And this is the deal breaker. It's amazing.
And not only is this the deal breaker, the little light right here is also, you can't do without it. For me, I like to stitch in the living room when my husband's watching television. When I have my overhead lamp on and stuff, he gets a glare. He's like, you know, I can't really see my program. This lights up. It does come with a cord, and it's got a USB plug on the end of it. Also has a battery pack if you want to use that. It can clip anywhere on your, you know, I usually put it on my jeans if I'm going somewhere, but I just like to use this. And you can set the light so it's focusing just on what you're working on.
Yeah.
And so it's just, I'm in my own little world over there in my corner, and he's watching the TV. We can be in the same room together. I'm not disturbing him, and I can see what I'm doing, and I can stitch in the dark.
Yeah. I did buy the ones off Amazon, the white ones that you see a lot of folks have, that comes with the tray of all the different powers that you can add to the front of those. And they may even have a light, and I found those to be a lot heavier than this, which gave me headaches. So that's why I switched from, you know, why I was willing to make the investment in these, because they're really lightweight. I can wear them a couple hours at a time. We're going to a retreat in May. I'll bring them to the retreat. I haven't tried wearing them for 8 hours at a time. But really, I don't really need to wear them for 8 hours usually. So yeah, we love them. We thought we'd share them.
Yes. So there you go. There's a little piece of, I don't know what you want to call it. Helpful information. Yes. In a haul. All right.
So I will put my regular glasses back on so I can see. And we will start with FFOs. Okay, I have one FFO, fully finished object, and it is Farm Fresh by Hands-On Design. And I had shown this as a finish, and I fully finished it. I thought the trim around it was ruching, but when I pulled it all out and looked at it and got ready to work on it, I saw that it was actually chenille, and then I had already bought it. It was from Lady Dots on Etsy, and I can link her in the description box below. And I watched a YouTube tutorial from Lindy Stitches, Lindy Stitchy, I will tag her as well, which was super helpful and it was very easy. In the back, I'll show you the back of it. I just used some fabric I had gotten at the fabric store that contrasted well. And then the buttons are from...
Is that our lovely button company? Just Another Button Company?
Just Another Button
Company.
Yes,
they make the cutest buttons.
They do.
And
They
pins.
just do little chickens in an egg.
It adds that little bit extra.
So that's
beautiful.
my fully finished object for today's video.
And you stuffed that with sawdust,
Oh, I did, yes. So I had bought, I don't know what it's called. It's just a wooden tool that you can wrap floss around. And Brenda, the serial stitcher, send folks his way all the time. And I can't remember, he's in Kentucky. I can't remember the name of his business, but I will tag him as well. And when I ordered those on the website, you could get a bag of sawdust. So I threw that in there. And I couldn't find my fiberfill, the polyfill, like from the craft store. So I was like, oh, but I know where the sawdust is, so I'll use that. And I actually really like it because it kind of holds its shape and holds, you know, it's not as dense, I don't think, but it's,
That's a polyfill.
I like the way it feels and the way it sits. So that's sawdust. So yeah, it was fun.
Yay! Okay, and here's my fully finished. This is called Let Your Heart Sing. I can show you a picture of the pattern here quickly. From the Heart Needleart by Wendy. I saw this at the store and I was like, oh, that would be such a cute little pillow to make for someone, and I am going to gift it to my mom for Mother's Day. But I did not put it in a frame, and I changed things up a little bit. I did not use the called for floss. So when you look at it here, I picked some different flosses. The ruching I actually did myself last weekend. I had some white, what is that called? Seam binding, white seam binding, and I used rib dye, and I thought it went really well with the orange flowers there. And then I know you can't see it on screen, but I added beading to the center of each flower because it was kind of plain, and I didn't really have any buttons that I liked that matched, but I did have some beads in my stash, so I sewed beads on the center of all of the little flowers. And I just used polyfill on this. And this is stitched on a 32 count linen. It's just a nice little size.
It's adorable.
Thank you. And that's it for our FFOs.
For FFOs, yes. Yep. So a couple of things. I just want to thank a couple of Flosstubers for shouting us out in their videos. The absent-minded stitchers, Terrylee and Joe, mentioned us on their video. We really appreciated that.
Thank you.
And Micah, the ADHD stitcher, who had won a pattern from our initial video, shouted us out on her channel. So
thank you as well.
Yep, we appreciate you guys. So Flosstubes we've been enjoying. I've been watching a lot of Flosstube. I've been trying to stitch more, which is wonderful. And what I love so much about doing these videos is it's really motivating. So some of the Flosstubes that I wanted to mention were, I've been watching the Nightly Stitcher. Holy cow, she stitches a lot. And her channel's amazing, and she just has tons and tons of things to show. I've been watching Stitching and True Crime with Tara and LaDonna, which has been fun and really good.
So we're moving on to Flosstube videos, yes. Which I know she's just having a gasp with this.
Yeah.
She does the editing. She loves responding to everybody's comments and emails that we've been getting. It's been a godsend. So we are really grateful, and that's why we named our Flosstube channel Two Grateful Stitchers. So again, thank you. Can't say thank you enough.
We can't. Yeah. A couple more I'll just mention. Tiger Lily Design. So Carrie is a quilter, and she is also a cross stitcher, and she's an Ada stitcher, and she's adorable, and I love to sew too. So I've been just really be getting a lot of motivation from her channel. And then I caught up with Jen Stitching Knit. She had a big move recently, and I enjoy her. I enjoy her channel. I have for since she started it, I think. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of Flosstube. And then we are also on Instagram. We're the Two Grateful Stitchers on Instagram. And there's lots of conversation happening over there. That's always lots of fun. And a couple people I just wanted to mention. Cathy, Alphabet Stitcher on Instagram, had recommended after watching our second Flosstube that if you're stitching across a long row and you want to keep track of how many stitches you've put in, she said do the first leg of the stitch till you get to 10, and then till you get to 20 and 30, and then that way you can count 10, 20, 30, and then go back and fill them in when you get to the very end of it. I told Laura that, and she said, I didn't know you didn't do that. I do that all the time. So, you know.
But that's okay.
Behind the times, I guess. But it was very helpful. So thank you for that, Cathy. And then Jen, Purple Stitcher, and Tara, Sully 1040 are both going to be at the retreat that we're going to in May. So we're looking so forward to meeting people in real life. So that'll be wonderful. And then I just want to mention an Instagram account that I found absolutely hilarious. Nobody in my family thought it was as funny as I did because they're not cross stitchers. But it's Tom, the Stitch Father, and he makes hilarious reels on Instagram. So check him out. So we could probably move on then to our finishes.
Sure. I'll start here. I showed this on my last video because it was a whip. I was still working on it. This is Jump Into Spring by Jeannette Douglas, and I absolutely love how it turned out. I did this on a 36 count Heritage linen, and I don't know how I'm going to finish it yet. I don't know if I'm going to frame this one or if I'm going to make a pillow out of it. I'm still debating. So you'll get to see that one in a future video when I have it all finished, and I'll share that.
I think this is the one that the picture on the front of the pattern had it framed, and it was so pretty. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just love the colors. It was springy, and that's why I picked it. And today here in Wisconsin, it's in the 30s.
Yeah, it's
so winter, winter's still hanging on.
Yep.
Oh, spring, come
already. Yeah.
So here, speaking of spring, so here we go. This is a finish. And this is called Where Hearts Rest by Brenda Gervais. And I love it. Absolutely love it. Again, spring is speaking to me. I finished this one over the winter. I will frame this. I just haven't had a chance to get out to my LNS. Thank you. I keep forgetting. There's just too many acronyms all over the place. But anyways, Lynn's in Madison is probably where I will go. They do beautiful work, and I can't wait to get this one done.
Yeah, we've always wanted to take a framing class together, and as soon as we were ready to do that, the whole world shut down.
Yep,
so.
yep. And we still want to. We're going to do it.
Maybe Lynn's or Black Hat Stitchery. We both do them occasionally. So.
Yep. Something new to learn.
Absolutely. Okay, so
You're
for
finished.
Finish, I have this one.
I like this one.
This is by Bent Creek.
And this is perfect because Easter is here.
Okay, it's called Flower by Bent Creek, and it's one of their zipper kits. And I'm going to finish this into a flat fold. So it looks something like this.
I think that's absolutely adorable.
So that's my only finish. So we can move on to whips. You want me to start?
Sure.
Okay. I have a few. So I have, this one is called Heartstring Samplery. I Belong to the Cross Stitch Nation.
I love that one.
Oh, I do too. So the fabric I have for this, I got it at Lynn's in Madison, and it's a 28 count Lakeside linen exemplar. And I think it's either this way or I think it's this way.
That's the top. Yep.
And this was a Mania start in I think 2019 maybe.
Okay.
And so it's been in my bin that I keep all my whips in. I'll show you that in a bit, but I really struggle with linen. I'm hoping that the new hoops that I'm trying will be better, but I maybe need to stick to like
even weaves,
or even weaves,
or even Adas. And some of the Adas now are absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be showing one that I'm working on here in a little bit. But pull out your glasses.
Yeah, it's not the tininess of it that I struggle with. It's the
unevenness
and how it moves around so much.
Because linen can have slobs, and sometimes.
And I love that about it. I love the way it looks, but I just have a hard time stitching on it. So I'm gonna give it one more shot. So
yeah, and if anybody out there has any suggestions for her,
on how to make it easier, how to make it more fun.
Yeah, please let us know.
I do this because I want it to be fun. So where did this one go? What did I do here? Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
This is called Sister Stitcher by Primitive Hair, and this was from her Etsy store, I believe. And this is, let's throw it out of the way there. I start on this. And again, I put these linen ones down because I just struggle with stitching on them, and it makes me sad.
Yeah,
so
her whips,
something
yeah,
out,
so her whips are kind of building up because she keeps...
Yeah, well, the linen ones for sure.
Right, because you start on them and then you put them down.
Yep, the more recent ones, when I put them on the Monaco, I tend to finish those or at least work on them, you know, so... and then I have one more whip, and this is an old one. So on the common threaded stitcher hashtag from last time, one of the questions was your oldest whip. So I went all the way back, and I thought my oldest whip, well, no, yeah, my oldest whip was from 1992. That's not even, I didn't even bring that out to show. This is called Button Angel, and it is by Shepherd's Bush. I have no idea if this is even still in print because I put this price tag on it in 1997 when I worked at the cross stitch store in Appleton. And my daughter's saying Angels We Have Heard on High at a Christmas concert when they were in like 3rd and 5th grade. And it's one of my favorite recordings of one of my favorite songs. And so this is the project, and it's so close. I need to just finish it. It is on, I couldn't even tell you what this is now. Oh, thank you. 18 count putty khaki Davos.
Oh, that's the same stuff that the all those Santa Clauses are stitched
yes.
on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is it an even weave?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that makes sense because I thought it was pretty easy to do. Okay, and then I thought this was kind of cute or funny when I pulled out the pearl cotton that was with it, obviously. This is how I used to store our floss in 1997.
Yeah, we all did.
And there's just all kinds of tools that we have now that are, you know, fun and different. And so I just thought that was interesting, a blast from my past kind of thing. So I will maybe...
Yeah, you're going to see that. Yeah, you're going to see that as a finish on one of the videos.
Laura will encourage me. Thank you.
Okay, and my whip that I'm going to show is also part of my haul.
Oh, yeah.
So they had, what was it called? The thing that they just did in March?
Common threaded stitcher?
No, where everybody was in Tennessee.
Oh, market.
Market.
Yes.
Okay.
National market.
There we go. Okay. So this is the one item that spoke to me, and I really wanted it very, 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 very badly. Blue is one of my favorite colors, especially for decorating. It's calming, and this just looks so classic to me that I absolutely had to get it. And it was hard to get, I'll tell you, because right after market, they were sold out on almost every single website. And now you can find them in the shops again. It's by Rosewood Manor. It's called a Tisket, a Tasket. And it is, I did start it, and I'm not doing it on the linen. It's called for 28 count Picture This Plus vellum linen.
I can open it up while you do that.
And I couldn't get my hands on that, and of course I couldn't wait. I had to have it now. Instant gratification. Anyways, I did find vellum, but it's an Ada, and this is an 18 count Ada. And I love it.
Yeah, boy, Ada's come a long way.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Yeah, and
like
it is Picture This Plus. And I think it's beautiful. So because I'm stitching it on the 18 count Ada, I'm only going to do 1 over 1 instead of 2 flosses over.
Because it would be like doing 36 count.
Yeah, it's the same as doing the 36 count. Yep. So I'm doing it on the Ada. And then these are the flosses. Oh. And I just love the colors. I absolutely love them. They're just beautiful. So this will be in my whips for quite a while, and I will share my progress every now and then.
It looks pretty big.
Yeah, on the called for, which again is the 28 count. I said it's not even really giving a
280 by 190 is pretty big, I think, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to let you guys know. I didn't do the math yet. I just started working on it.
Yeah. Luckily, Laura can do the math. She's really good at math.
Thanks.
Okay. Let's see. That was your whip.
And part of my haul.
And part of your haul.
So I'll finish. I'll go to my next haul.
One more, yeah.
One more haul. And this one, whoops, excuse my reach. I got everything out here. This one I'm going to need your help on if any of you want to comment and let me know. I'm having a hard time deciding on the fabric. This is by Luminous Fiber Arts, Misty Purcell. A turkey's thanks. I was just at our local
Needle Workshop.
Needle Workshop, LNS. I will get that eventually.
LNS is fine.
I fell in love with the colors. I love the autumn colors. And you can see that these are the flosses. I still have some of these on, what do you call those?
Bobbins?
Yep, the little bobbins. But they're beautiful.
You don't bobbin now? Bobbinade or whatever? You don't do this now?
On my DMCs.
Oh, you do still, yeah.
I do.
I haven't.
Yep.
I used to too, but I don't anymore. I just keep them in floss away bags.
Okay.
They're all over the place though. I don't have a system.
Mine are in order. Yeah, they're all in order. I have to have them in order. So they're easy to find. But you can see in the pattern.
I just buy more.
She does. She can't find them, and then she buys more, and then I'm like, come on.
I just found a bag of floss this morning, and like, I don't know what this is for.
I love you.
What are you gonna do?
This is done. It's like a plain white color in the background, and these are the two that I have picked out. So this one is 40 count. If you want to hold the floss in front of it, that's a 40 count. So I would do that 1/2, and I really like it. But when I hold up, for instance, and I don't know if you guys can see this, when I hold the green floss, to me it kind of gets lost in that darker color there. So that's why I'm debating. This was my first go-to. That was my gut.
It's beautiful.
But then I found this in my stash, and it's just a little hunk of legacy linen. It's called Russia tea cake.
Does it say 37 count?
Yeah, it says 37 count.
I thought all counts were even.
Not.
Not.
And on this one, all the colors pop.
Yeah.
So then I'm like second guessing myself. Should I do this? So I'm not sure, and I'm asking for help.
You're going to do one thread?
I am going to do 1/2 on both of these because they're such a high count, 37 and 40. So what do you guys think?
Let us know.
Yes, please. Thank you in advance, because I'm sure I'll start on it as soon as I start seeing some of your comments.
Yeah. All right. So,
on to your haul.
Onto my haul. Pardon my reach. Okay, so May is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
So I'm going to start this for my birthday start, and this is Winter Rose Manor. These are the called for colors. I still have to get the fabric, so hopefully I get the fabric before my birthday and can start on this. My birthday's just before the retreat that we're going to, so I hope to be working on this at the retreat. I've seen all kinds of stitchers on Instagram doing this. And so I think I've settled on the way that I'm going to do it, and it's one thread over 2. I suppose it will depend on the fabric that I get, but the ones I've seen that just look so like muted and really pretty. So I should be able to show you that next time, but I'm super excited. I think this is gorgeous. I just love her, Brenda Gervais, with the needle and thread. So birthday start coming up. Okay. Let's see. Should we move on to plans?
Sure.
Okay. So we talked a little bit about it. We're going to the retreat. Farm Girl is having a spring retreat in Manor, Iowa, and we leave for that in the middle of May. And we are super excited about it.
Yes.
And if anyone's going, let us know, and we hope to meet a lot of people there and get at least some stitching done.
Right. So our next video will actually come to you from there. So
if we can, make it work. Yeah.
It won't be this kind of a format, but we'll share with you what's going on.
Yeah, we're excited. Okay. So I wanted to talk a little bit about WIPGO, and Laura will just have to bear with me. So I had never heard of WIPGO because I live under a rock, I guess. And I saw it on I think it was as following the Common Threaded Stitcher hashtag last month is what brought it to my attention. And then I went and watched Jessie Marie Does Stuff for her video explaining how you do it. And she talks a lot about your board, your rules. And I was really intrigued by it. Not so much because I like to follow rules, but because I felt really overwhelmed by, I had stitched a lot in the 80s and 90s, and then I hadn't stitched for a long time. I actually worked at a cross stitch store in the 90s and loved it, and did a lot of stitching and a lot of finishing, and then, life got really busy and I worked full time, went through
raising families,
raising kids,
life
working
happened.
2 jobs, all that stuff. And then Flosstube was what brought me back. And I think I've mentioned before, the very first Flosstube I ran across on YouTube was Farm Girl, and I was absolutely fascinated. I was like, what is this? What is happening? And then I just really started to get into it. And I think that was 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. And I was like buying all the things and starting to stitch all the things. And then I got sick, and you know, that takes a couple years out of your life. Then COVID hit, I took a couple years out of my life. And so I just had so much stuff because I do like to shop. and if you're not organized, I think it can start to feel overwhelming. And some of that was what was preventing me from stitching, was because I didn't even know what to pick up, because I didn't know if everything I had kitted up had everything that I needed. And especially with the linen pieces, I would get stuck because I was struggling with the linen. So I just put it away and wouldn't look at it for a long time. So when I watched that video, Jessie Marie Does Stuff, I watched her video introducing, I think, 2022 WIPCO. I was really inspired. And so I did a couple things. So first I created my WIPCO board, which is just a document that I created based on a bunch of people's, you know,
ideas.
Yeah, their ideas. And gave myself like a goal. My goal is to work on it for 5 days. And like she said, if I put one stitch in it that day, I worked on it, and it's, you know, and I'm doing okay. But I'm not that worried about if I meet the goals or not meet the goals, because just doing this was really helpful, because I also then created a list of every single kitted up piece that I have, which I have 25 of them. And on here, I started late, so there's, you know, what, 20, 15, I don't know. So like between the two and with the things I know I have on the way, that's like almost 50 things to stitch. I'm like, okay, now that I know what I have to work on, I can start taking, you know, smaller chunks of it and working on one thing. Or I don't think I'll ever be like a monogamous stitcher and work on just one thing, but I can work on something and then maybe work on 2 or 3 things at a time. And I'll definitely do the 2 things that are called up on WIPCO, and then something else. So I figured those 3 things, you know, I am sort of I like to have one in this room and one in this room. And when I'm sitting there, that's what I've been doing. And honestly, it helps me not to snack. That's been really helpful. I'm diabetic, can't be snacking. So, yeah, I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and it's funny because she called me the other night when we were getting ready to do our video today, and she said, "Do you do WIPCO?" And I'm like, "No, no."
You're like, no WIPCO. Stop talking about it.
Not a bad thing. And I know a lot of people are doing it. I have another friend, dear friend, who does it and absolutely loves it. For me, this is stressful. And the reason is because in my brain, once I put something on paper, now I have to do it.
Are you the firstborn?
I am. Why?
Well, you know, you're a rule follower. You want to, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's reflective. Me, I'm the third born. I'm like, I don't care.
Fly by the seat of
I'll do it however I want.
I can't. If it's on paper, then it's in my head, and then I have to stick with it, and then that becomes stressful for me. Mm-hmm. Where after I've worked for 8 or 10 hours at my job during the day, and I come home, and after dinner I want to stitch, I just want to grab something. And if this is there, I'm going to feel like I have to absolutely.
And you
grab
must
this.
be super organized to know that you can grab anything. Like whatever you pick up, you do keep. How many things are you working on? Is there like a bunch that you could pick from, or just a couple?
Right now, I only have 3. I have like 18 kitted up.
Not 50.
No. No, I have 18 total kitted up. I have more patterns than that, but I only have 18 kitted up.
Okay.
And in those 18 kitted up, probably 16 of them are
this
already.
50 doesn't include my patterns.
Oh,
this is just my whips and my kitted up. My patterns I didn't even look at. I keep my patterns on one of those cards, it's like an IKEA type card from Target. I didn't even count those. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
That's okay. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
No,
I really enjoy this hobby.
I don't have that many going. And the ones that I do have kitted up, I do have stitches in them already, so you could call them whips.
Yeah.
But I only have 3 sitting next to my little stitching spot.
That you're working on.
That I'm working on. Yeah. And I'd like to get those 3 done before I go back and pull anything else out again.
Yeah.
Because then I get overwhelmed.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Know thyself. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. So I guess it is my own rules. Yeah. I just don't have a board.
Right? Your rules, your life. Yep. All right. So I think we showed everything we wanted to show, so we can move on to the giveaway from last video.
Yep.
Okay, so we are giving away this Little House Needleworks Home of a Needleworker with the call for floss because I bought 2 of them. And we asked you guys to let us know how you display your stitching. We got tons of comments and it's really fun to read your comments.
Thank you.
And the winner for this is Tammy Eyerman, E-Y-E-R-M-A-N. So Tammy, if you could send us an email. Our email is twogratefulstitchers@gmail.com, and I'll have it listed in the description box. If you could send us an email and give us your address, we can get this in the mail to you. We will happily send it to you. So
thank you.
Thanks for watching. We do want to do a giveaway for this video.
Yep. And this one, and it's just my habit. It's like what I like to do. That was the little pillow that I finished, and because I'm finished and I no longer need the pattern, it is a giveaway to one of you for participating and watching.
So we saw recently in one of the Facebook groups that we're in, someone asked if people rinse or wash their over-dyed floss, and she showed the directions from it, and it says to rinse your over-dyed floss. I've never done that. I've never even heard that.
I didn't even knew that it was a
Lots of people commented
thing.
that they do and that they have, and I was very surprised by that. So we're just curious if you could tell us what you do with your over-dyed floss.
Yeah.
Really, you just have to mention the word over-dyed so that we can include you in the giveaway.
And if you have, does it fade out?
Yeah.
Because a lot of this beautiful over-dyed floss is variegated, and it's got deeper colors and lighter colors.
Like, why
and
do
if
you
you
do it?
wash it, does it fade? Does it change the variegation? I'm curious.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't want to wash it, not when they're anywhere from $2.50 a skein up to $10 if you're using silk. Does it change it? Because then
and honestly, it sounds like too much work. I don't want to. So I mean, I'd have to see some really compelling reasons to make me want to do it, but at any rate, that's what we would like you to say for the giveaway. And don't say the word giveaway. The giveaway is not sponsored in any way by YouTube. We'd like you to like this video and subscribe to our channel. I think that's everything I need to say about that.
Yeah, and we're grateful. Once again, we're grateful that you joined us today.
So I think we're about done. We would like you to like the video. We'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel. If you'd follow us on Instagram, we're Two Grateful Stitchers over there. We are very grateful for you, and we can see you next time.